Hey everyone, what's up? Welcome back to another one of my videos here. Before I get into this video, I must mention I'm dedicating this deck to a very good friend of mine, Hamad. Hamad is the first person to join my Patreon. He's the first member of my Patreon. I've just recently opened a Patreon account up. So for that, I'm dedicating this deck to them. So thank you very much for joining, and I really hope you're going to enjoy this deck, my friend. So to get into this a bit more, guys, it is a Syndicate deck that I've put together. The leader ability is Congregate. So this allows us to spawn the Firesworn Zealots, right? The Firesworn Zealots are these tokens here. They're 2-powered units. This also gives us coins that we're able to get. So we've got 3 charges, 1 coin each charge. So this deck, I will mention a few specific things about it. You know, we're not really heavily focusing on generating profit like you see with line pockets decks or managing profit. Also, this deck isn't heavy on control. What we're using is swarming strategies to defeat our opponents, okay? So we do need coins, but just to an extent. So the stratagem that we have here is Tiger's Eye. So, you know, when we're starting the round, we're going first. It's going to give us 5 coins. Why do I have this here? This sets up the condition for a card that we want to play in the first round, being Von Herst, this card here. So on Horde 4, he's going to be spawning these tokens here. And he's also a spender, in that with his Fey ability, we can transform any of these tokens, any way that we generate them on the board through leader ability, other cards, into the footmans, okay? So this is a first round card that we like to play with the stratagem, get our hordes generating. We're a devotion deck, and as I explained, we are heavily focusing on the archetype of these Firesworn cards, Firesworn units, right? Because a lot of our cards relating to Firesworn will build off one another as long as they're of that same archetype. So as you can see, an example of that here is when we go into the Grand Master final transformation down here, which is what we're aiming for, whenever you play a Firesworn card, we gain 1 coin. That's one example of why we're heavily focused on the Firesworn archetype in this deck. So because we're devotion, we do get this final transformation. And what you want to do with Jax is save him for the end in the 3rd round, and you play him first. And because the majority of our cards are Firesworn, we'll be gaining 1 coin every time you play a Firesworn card. That gives us some profit, and we can use it. You can use that to boost himself up, or we can transform units as I've explained. Ulrich. He's got the Intimidate tag, meaning if we play crime cards, he gets a boost. We do have some crime cards in this deck. Of particular notice, we have Double Smuggle. So this gives us profit 3. And once again, you know, keeping with the archetype focus, we're getting Spawn the Flaming Rose Footman. Also, as another crime card, Excommunication. Desiree. And just a few like that. Like I said, we're not focusing heavily on removal, we're focusing on swarming here. So this card here, spawn and play a base copy of a bronze Firesworn unit from your hand. Devotion boosted by 2. We are devotion. So the card we're looking to copy and boost by 2 is obviously a very important card to our strategy here. And it is the Fallen Knight, guys. This card is epic in this deck. So this has Veil, so it's pretty well protected, and it has the Intimidate tag. So once again, you play a crime card, it's going to be boosting itself. Veil gives a protection from statuses such as locks and poisons, so it's not easy to shut down. Your opponent will have to destroy it to get rid of it. Whenever you spawn a unit on your side of the battlefield, boost off by 1 for each unit spawned. So with the leader ability, that allows us to spawn units. Grand Inquisitor here allows us to spawn units. We have Von Herst as well. These crime cards are very nice to play with the Fallen Knights because he's going to be boosting himself by 1 for every Firesworn Zealot spawned. You get to spawn 3 with this card as long as there is a Firesworn unit in that row, right? So you can imagine this card will give us a number of points, and then you got the Fallen Knight boosting on top of that. So with the Fallen Knights, I'd say try to play them all together, and try to play them all together in the final round using Ulrich obviously onto them. But make sure you keep a Fallen Knight handy in your hand for Ulrich. You don't want to brick him and have nothing for him to use, right? Grand Inquisitor, you can be a bit flexible how you want to play this card. Obviously, we need to have either Von Herst or Grand Inquisitor down on the board with our deck when we're playing, because we are focusing on swarming to get maximum value. So this gives us profit 4. Fee 2, we get to spawn the Firesworn Zealots. Okay, so how do we play this card? Say in the final round, you can have cards such as the Firesworn Scribe down. Whenever you spawn one or more units to the battlefield, gain 1 coin. So you play this on the range draw. This will be giving you coins whenever units are spawned. So you can imagine having this down or 2 of them down, and then you go ahead and just slam the Inquisitor down. You spawn all those units out. That card that I showed you before, the Scribe, will be giving you coins as you're spawning units. So it's almost like a never-ending loop of spawning that you get to do. So play that same exact strategy, same way with Von Herst. You play the Scribe down first, and then you play Von Herst, because you're getting coins whenever you're spawning a unit, right? So one Scribe could be for when you play Von Herst in the first round, and the other Scribe could be saved for when you play Grand Inquisitor. Another thing that I'll mention is obviously board space can become an issue with our deck, because you're pretty much going to fill your whole row up if these cards don't get answered. Same with Von Herst. So to work around that, I've added a card in to help us manage board space. And that's the Lonely Champion here. Sorry, it's a bit bugged. There we go. So this card has immunity, meaning that it cannot be manually targeted on the board. Things like Heat Wave, Assassination, Yennefer Invocation. Doesn't matter what it is, it can't be targeted manually to be removed, okay? And what this will do on deploy is destroy all Firesworn tokens in the row, then boost off by the sum of their power. So even if they're boosted, he'll still gain that same amount to him, the Lonely Champion. So when you have eight units on a row where all the tokens are being spawned, you play down Lonely Champion. In a way, he'll consume them all up, if you want to call it that, and boost himself up by that power. So it's a nice card to use, probably better with a Grand Inquisitor, I'd say. Horson Jr., it does make sense to add him because he does have the devotion ability where damage an enemy unit instead. So on deploy, damage any enemy unit by 6 with our deck because we're devotion. Fee 3, destroy an enemy unit with 3 power or less. So he's got the insanity ability as well. As you can see on the side here, you can have a read through that. Basically, it's 6 damage on deploy to any unit you choose, and you can destroy a unit on top of it. So you can look at him as a spender in some ways if you can use him in some matchups. Vivaldi Bank, this just helps get access into our deck. We don't have a Neuromancy, we don't have Royal Decree, cards like that to look into your deck. Gives you profit 3, allows you to look in there. Remember that it shuffles the remaining cards back into your deck. There's Irae, this is a very important card for us. It's an Echo card. Damage an enemy unit by 3 and boost all Firesworn units by 1. So you can imagine, all this swarming we have going on in this deck. You're going to have all these tokens, all these Firesworn units all over the board. Your board's going to get very full, and then you play Desiree at the end, towards the end of the round, and you just get to boost everyone up. On Death Blow, boost all allied units instead. Like I said, we're not really even concerned about the Death Blow because I'd say like 98% of this deck is Firesworn units. The only units that we don't have are Horson Jr. and Furko, I believe. Everything else should be... Oh, and Kurt. I think that's practically it though. Even the Mutant Maker's a Firesworn, yeah. So it's an Echo, so you get to use this card twice in a match, alright? Sacred Flame works very similar. You get to boost all allied Firesworn units by 1, alright? In addition to that, we get to spawn Firesworn Zealots on both sides of the card. Take this card either in the first or the final round, okay? It's probably good to save it for when you're trying to win the match, probably at the end. You can imagine using Desiree and then Sacred Flame together. It's just a crazy amount of boosting that we get going on when we have so many units down on the board. This is my little touch here, guys, to this deck. I like to throw in little different things you haven't seen before. This is my one for this one. Prophet Lebiota. Whenever you play a unit next to Prophet Lebiota, give it a shield. He's Firesworn, so he fits in our deck. So we can give protection to some important cards such as the Grand Inquisitor. You can give it to Von Herst if you like. The Scribes is quite good. and even the Eternal Fire Priest. Okay, one thing that I would like to mention though, be very careful, because Fallen Knight has Veil, as I said. So if you're going to play this next to Lebiota, he's not going to get a shield. Veil prevents the status. Don't forget that, okay? On Herst, I explained that to you guys. He's just going to be spawning the tokens as we go on. Try to use him in the first. That's why we've got Tiger's Eye. If you don't get him, go for the Grand Inquisitor. Burko, this is just to ensure that we get Irae, because it's a fairly important card that helps us get up there quite a fair bit with the points. So make sure you play him on the melee row. Is melee row locked? Excommunication. You know, why not play this in here? It gives us, it kind of acts as a tutor in some way. It helps us look into our deck. Banish an allied unit, then play the top card from your deck. But we're going for this Firesworn unit that we're banishing. So, you know those two power tokens that we're going to be spawning? Use Excommunication on one of those, and it allows you to look up the top 3 cards from your deck and play one. So let's look further in. POP here. Damage self by 10. Reduce the damage by 2 for every Firesworn unit you control. Basically, Firesworn token, I should say. So these 2 are tokens, right? Basically, you want 5 of these down on the board that enable you to play this for maximum value. This is a great card to play in the first round. Von Herst has been spawning the tokens. You've been transforming them with profit, and you can imagine just dropping down Procession of Penance using Irae. It's a pretty good point swing. 6 provision costs for 12 points. Pretty nice value. Kurt, I've kept in here mainly for the Purify for Grand Inquisitor or Von Herst. I mean, you can use it on things like the Scribe that we have as well. You could also place a bounty on an enemy unit and then kill it with Horsun. We're not really going about it that way, but it's an option too. Double Fallen Knight. Try to play all of these together in the final round. Play Ulrich onto a Fallen Knight. Then you play the other 2 copies from your hand. And at that point, try to save leader ability until then, when all your units are down. And try to wait till all the Fallen Knights are down on the board before you start your spawning synergies, yeah? So I would play all the Fallen Knights down, then I'd think about using leader, then I'd think about going Grand Inquisitor. That's how you'd like to go about it, because that's when these guys will get the most value out of the spawns. So when they're down on the board, look to play Congregation, spawn extra units, and go about it like that. Firesworn Scribes, already explained that, guys. And the Mutant Maker is just an extra way to get some more coins in this deck. Devotion, gain 3 coins instead of destroying an allied unit. So with Devotion, so on deploy, 4-powered unit gives you 3 coins. Okay guys, that is it. This is my deck. I hope you'll all enjoy it. And let me know in the comment section down below what you think. Appreciate the support as always. Thank you. Firesworn Scribed. I think we'll go like this to begin with. Hey, Slimy, what's up, buddy? Yeah, appreciate it. Thanks, Ace, man. Thanks for your support from the beginning, dude. It's not possible without you or the other guys and girls. Means a lot, thanks. This is a celebration deck. Celebration deck building. Haven't played Firesworn in ages, but I'm kind of taking my time as I read these cards and play them, to be honest. Just testing this deck out at the moment, see how it performs. Am I second in the chat? Yeah, Slimy bet you to it. Alright. Yeah, it's beating you to it, Kasari. They're quick these days. Thanks for coming on the stream, guys. Another 4 AM here in Australia. Doesn't stop me though. The faithful deck.
Speak up. I can barely hear over the sound of you drowning.
Ooh, this This could be a bit of a thing, hey. Ah, nice. Just what I was looking for. Lovely.
Yes, you! Have you made your offering?
That was a long time. Sounds like Cosimo Lippy deck. Yeah, you think so? If it's got that in there. Okay. Yep, sure. Certainly, my friend. Play a crime card from your deck.
Yes, you! Have you made your offering?
So that sets up EOP down here. Pretty good.
Why aren't you listening? Listen to me sing, damn it!
We do have full coins. How shall we like to use them?
Come, brothers! We've naught to fear!
Well, I guess we just need Horde 4 really for this dude, hey? The coins in any other case. Not really, not super necessary.
Chop those arrows off your arm! Smash your rugged bloods! Sword of the flaming rose!
Let's do that.
You are worthy neither
So
of
to manage
mercy
board
nor
space
forgiveness.
with Von Herst and our other card in deck, being this one here, the Grand Inquisitor, I've added in Lonely Champion, so I'm testing this out. Because as you can see, that can be a bit of a problem sometimes. So yeah, we'll have a look how that goes. It's a fair bit of points to cover, you know. So we've got 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. I think I may pass here. I want to see what they play. What will you play, sir? That is a fair bit of points to cover, my friend. Yeah, so Lonely Champion's nice. You just make sure you're on 8 cards and then play him down. Oh, that's good. Got leader out. Nice. We'll take that.
Washes away all shame!
So we've got leader and Olaf out. I think it's not a bad trade of cards. Burner's out, Snowdrop's out. Not bad, not bad. Master Mirror is usually used to generate as much gold as possible. Yep. Thanks for the tip, buddy. I think it's good. We need Lonely Champ still. Coins. Oh, nice. I think that's a good trade, hey guys. Getting leader out of them. It's not bad. You don't need coins. We're not really relying on it heavily with this deck. We basically just need it for this card here. And we got Jacks as well. That's pretty much the main spenders. All right. So what do we got here? Okay, like this. Are there new challenges today, by the way? New challenges? I think there are, maybe. I've seen someone else mention it too. Do you run Igor in this deck? No, no Igor. I did consider adding him in though. I think we can get some value with the Fallen Knights, with Igor in particular. I mean, we can experiment around. I'm still testing this out. It's not optimized at this stage. Yeah, I guess we just pop off with this now, is it? Just want to stay with head on points really here.
Yes, you. Have you made your offering?
That should do. Yeah, it looks great, doesn't it, Kusari? You can hide a lot behind a beautiful smile. Cheeky, cheeky. So he's boosting this up. But it's good to note, guys, from what I know, boost doesn't carry over with resilience. So maybe they're just doing that for protection. We'll find out. I kind of like to save these for the Fallen Knights. Just trying to think what we're doing here. Crime card. Maybe we give our deck a bit of thinning.
You are not worthy of the fire's purity, not worthy of its light.
Oh, the digits dropped off.
Yeah, we'll go with that. Trying to swarm a good number of units, and then, you know, we've got some cards to benefit off of the swarming here. We've got Desiree, Echo card, then we've got Sacred Flame as well. So it's going to boost all allied Firesworn units by 1. Damage 3. But if we get Death Blow, we boost everything. So we boost Furco too. Grand Inquisitor is a 10 prov, isn't it? Yes, it is 10 provisions. Ooh.
Skellige and Sinter shall stand ever together.
It's iced. It's iced in the house. Okay, right. Yeah, interesting. Boost self by the sum of their power. So if I boost these guys up, he'll still consume that. Probably don't want to commit this, hey. This keep us ahead. This keeps us ahead still.
Yes, you. Have you made your offering?
Echo should pop off here pretty good. Just killed iced. I get very confused with some plays I see, guys. Especially when people use damage on their own units. Yeah. This looks funny, hey. Guess it makes sense we just go like this. Yeah, we got points here. Points isn't an issue. That's funny. Yeah, he wants to get it back with Lippy. Yeah, it's funny play, hey. You know, when I see plays like that, I don't feel it's optimal. You know, you're committing a card to damage your own. I don't know if it's really optimal to play like that. What do we got for a hand though as well? Hand's looking a bit sus. He's not row locked, right? Whenever you spawn one more units to the battlefield, boosts off by 1. Well, I guess it makes sense playing this first. Maybe we save leader for Fallen Knights combo. Are you cheating? What do you take me for, a cheater? Come on, you know me better than that. Allegations are being made in chat as we speak, guys. Okay, let's have a look here, yeah? So I've done the Lippy thing. So we are at Devotion decks, this gets boosted, right?
In the order's name, I confiscate these goods.
Confiscate these goods. You're not getting your goods. Coral.
I can do a great deal more for you.
Right. Okay, I'm gonna play this.
Come at me if you must. Don't take this sword at all.
See, Jax would be nice here because, you know, we've got a means of utilizing our coins. Maybe I'm hitting leader. So what do they got for removals?
By denying penance, you confirm your guilt.
Let's do that. I just want to keep them out of damage range, so stay alive. And we've got some swarming action going on now. So, you know, we've got the Echo and we've got the Sacred Flame. Yeah. That gives us extra units. This gives us the swarming value. Looks good, looks good. There he is again, guys. Back from the dead.
My beauteous cometh. Oh, toes. Oh, nose.
Yeah, it's not a bad discard, isn't it? Shall it be this one? Wow, that really pops off. Nice, hey. Intimidate, crime cards will boost him. He's got the Intimidate 2. Not bad. Oh, burner, is it? Yep. Okay, alright. So since this has got an order ability, we will be playing it now. So we're getting double swarming boosting going down now. It's gonna be nice. Yeah. This is gonna be a nice little point swing for us, guys. You're scaring our opponent. Ice got intimidated. Just faced Firesworn, clap them. Oh, good on you. Oh, shoot now. Dark Burner. What? Oh. Nah, I'm gonna be chill. I'm not gonna play my cards. I'm just gonna leave it. Oh my goodness. We do need coins, just to look into the deck. Damn, Feign Death. A lot of points, man. That's a lot of points. We don't want to have any tokens out really for the waylay, so we're gonna look out for that.
The anatomical changes slightly exceed my expectations.
See what's worth committing here. Feign Death's a lot of points to contend with. And we don't have a strong first round hand.
We examine the manuscripts.
Well, we've not had enough.
Who do we want to kill out of these two? They do rely on some swarming, don't they? Horsehunt's a really good counter to their swarms. They've got these 3-powered units, you know, that they spawn. Looks perfect for us. Probably waiting for a waylay target. I think let's go for some coins. Yeah, let's do that. That wasn't so necessary, I don't think. Didn't have to do that.
Stop gargling like that.
I don't really have a hand to contend with him here. We'll pass. We'll pass, my friends. This hand's looking better now. It's very good. May even keep it like this. So they want a long round 3, right? That's what they usually do, or? This card works really good when we start swarming,
War will be our downfall.
especially with this card here.
I have seen.
Every time you're spawning a unit, it just gives you more coins. So you get a lot of value out of it that way. Yep. Coins.
Call this one the Tickler.
What's your mugging, brother?
So this is the Alzor deck, right? They just go crazy with the orbs. Okay. So they're passing. I'll be interested to see how this deck does in the long round here. Yeah, Fallen Knight's good. I feel we want Ulrich. If we can get it with excommunication, that would be good. Want two of these. Yeah, we'll try this. We'll try it. Okay.
Those who seek wisdom in dreams perish as fools.
See if they want to commit to that. Okay, they don't.
Children giving parents up unto death. It is inevitable.
So I guess it makes sense we're playing Fallen Knight first. While we go on excommunication. Because we could get Ulrich.
You are worthy neither of mercy nor forgiveness.
Yeah, that's right, that's right.
Radovid betrayed the order, then bled it dry.
In the order's name,
Nice.
confiscate these goods.
That looks very good to me. Fantastic. Shield and armor, shield and boost. It's got Veil too.
Why should
Not bad.
an elf, a sage, converse with an ape?
Yep.
For the sake of humankind, all non-human
Wow, there's some great protection, guys. Damn. But he's veiled, yeah, it doesn't work on him, I guess. But that's interesting, it worked here. Wait a second. Whenever you play a unit, give it a shield. Status that prevents the unit from gaining other statuses. I'm confused now. So, that shouldn't have a shield? But it does. but this one didn't. You guys got an answer for that in chat, let me know. I actually forgot to take that into account. It's a veiled unit, it shouldn't be having status, yeah.
They cannot see us.
Come at me if you must, but don't take this sword a toy.
Yes, you! Have you
Okay.
made your offering?
So we'll go Inquisitor on melee.
Kedma.
Ooh, I might want to kill that first. That's going to give him a ton of value. I mean, we've got enough units on the board to get something out of this too. It's probably worth killing this. Yeah, I think that's the play there, guys. We don't want to mess around with that there. But yeah, that's pretty interesting. That one unit got shielded, but the other one didn't. So if you got an answer in chat, let me know.
Not in epochs, eras, eons.
You think it's a bug? Speaking of bugs,
I do not mince words on principle.
I can't wait to hear your wicked
wow, clean sixes, hey. That card.
This grimoire, clear without checking. It's on the list of forbidden tales.
Then his ears!
Nice. So we don't have any more ways of gaining coins. Actually, we do. When we're playing these, we'll bar this, right? When we play Firesworn cards, we're getting 1 coin every time from the Grandmaster here. So, I mean, we could save it to get more value here too. We'll just hold it. Yeah, board space though, board space. So that's 1 here. 5.
You are worthy neither of mercy nor forgiveness.
See if he's got any removals. He's helping me out by doing that. So I click this.
You, yes, you! Have you made your offering?
Could he have lacerate? I'm worried about lacerate, guys. I'm not losing that much if I click this now. Wait, he's got last say, right? So it doesn't matter.
Let me older suffer just as we suffer.
That's a ton of points though, hey? So will this trigger the Fallen Knight still?
The fire cannot burn without the proper fuel.
Wow, great. Hell yeah. Man, are you guys out here worrying about ST orbs? No problem, man. No problem. No problem at all. Yeah, one Herst is nice to see in the first round. Yeah, I guess, well, maybe I could have kept that. I don't know. Could do a bit of swarming and then play this. Lonely champ, probably better with the Inquisitor. Yeah, fair enough. We'll see, we'll see. We'll see, my dear friends.
Evil shalt by fire be punished.
I guess this card works as good removal bait too, doesn't it? Because they worry about what we're going to protect. Okay, 1 leader charge. Cool. I'll take that. It's going to be Junod. Is it going to be Gutting Slash? Bomb. Ah, Maddock. Well done, my friend. Well done. So, nothing I play survives really here.
Idle hands are evil's playthings.
Pretty much just gonna remove whatever I play, I feel. All these bombs, if they're pretty bomb heavy. Yep. Not sure how long this lasts.
Yes, you! Have you made your offering?
It's hard versing Maddock, isn't it? When you try to set things up. Okay, slowing down with the bombs.
Fool me once, death on you. No one gets to fool me twice.
It's probably a better sign for us. Coin. What are we looking for here, really? We want swarming, yeah? That's what we want.
Never a problem 4 inches of steel could be solved.
Have to play it here.
Gold shines brightest in the presence of fire. No, Scoiatael! That one, he venerates not the fire.
I know it's not optimal swarming on the same row as him, but that's how the card works for maximum value too. That's why the Lonely Champion's nice in our deck. Alright. We can transform this, get more value.
The anatomical changes slightly exceed my expectations. Die by my sword!
You are worthy neither of mercy nor forgiveness.
Nice. What do you think, guys? You liking the look of this deck so far? Seems to be performing okay. So how many more bombs would they have outside of this though? 2, 3, 4.
Smash your noggin, blood!
Nice. Herst is really good here. So this deck plays real different to the Syndicate other decks you guys been seeing, like Line Pockets, you know, Jackpot. They're really revolving around profiting a lot. This one's not like that really. Just need a certain amount of profit to get us through. Just to meet some conditions. Plays on.
What are you gonna do, huh?
It's a lot of points to catch up on. So we're going up by 2 if I pass as well. He's boosted, so it's not like he could kill that with Juno that easy. So it will be 25. Looks like a good pass, eh? Maybe we can get them to overcommit here.
Yes, you! Have you made your offering?
What'd I say, guys? What'd I say? First round victory with Firesworn.